4 by
1,
4,
2,
4
3,
by
4,
4.
4 by 4, 4 by 4.
1,
can do
2,
that, Kay.
3, 4.
Every
1,
time,
2.
what's unique about this book is that there are 4 sections in every chapter that I've looked at.
Yes.
So when I go to make a chart, I know I have to have 4 columns, but I have a column on the left to say what the 4 things are down. Now, when I charted a paper or I was doing a witness in the order, I always did a 4 by 4. And the witness was always God, Christ, the Holy Spirit, and the church. And it only depends on which one of those 4 that I was going to come down on with my grounding. But those were my 4 categories across the top. So that made it easy. It was only down the side, it was always, like the present situation, what's going on in the past, and change in the future. And once I did that in my mind, that's the way I did the one on the other chapter I did.
Yeah.
But in Word, if you go into Home and then you click on Insert, it asks you how many columns you want and how many rows you want. And you
That's on what now, David?
Huh?
That's on what you said if you go into what?
On Microsoft Word.
Yeah, Word. Good, good. That's what I did.
You go into Home and then you go into Insert, and it will ask you how many columns you want and how many rows you want.
Okay.
And you have to play around with it a couple of times, and you'll make some mistakes. So you just delete that one and start over until you get the number of columns you want and the number of rows you want. Once you've done that, then it's just put the stuff in, number the paragraphs and put them in.
What comes after Home?
Insert.
Okay.
But David,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be insert table and then columns and rows?
Insert table, yes, insert table.
Okie dokie.
Insert table.
We got something to play around with, Linda.
You bet.
Microsoft Word, Home, Insert Table.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll ask you for columns and rows.
Wonderful. I had to use 3 technicians to help me with that chart, the art form chart. And the first one told me, no, we cannot do that. I'll give you a number for Microsoft. We're not supposed to do that. So I called again and got somebody, got almost all the way through, and we got disconnected. So I had to get a third one. And there was a woman in there at one point, which is very unusual for these technicians who are all over the world, but primarily in Mumbai.
You had a good international visit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, folks, it's been great. And I think we surrender it to history, and thank you all immensely. And